welcome back to the Southern Snack, where life is too short to be serious. I don't know, I don't like the way I'm looking this morning, but anyways, can't always control that, can we? Maybe I just need to shave the whole beard, get a haircut, something. I don't know, lose a little bit more weight. Anyways, we're back at 7 Brew, where they've got some fall items, right? So September, October, we've got 3 featured drinks, a lot of featured pumpkin drinks. So I only got one from the featured menu, the featured fall drink menu, the cinnamon roll. So we're not doing all pumpkin. Cool. Cinnamon roll mocha. And then I got a couple pumpkin drinks, magic pumpkin and pumpkin snickerdoodle. 2 pumpkin drinks I've not tried to date. So everything else that they've got pumpkin wise, I believe I've tried. There's some form of review out there. So yeah, I look bad. Don't know what's going on with that. Maybe I didn't sleep great. I don't know. So anyway, shout out to the 7 Brew employee who recognized me. That was a bit unexpected. Which, you know, in the past, someone had recognized me before, and I thought maybe they were just observing the environment and saw my phone. And it was like, you know, I thought they were like, you're on YouTube, as in they saw my screen. But no, they actually realized, you know, who I was. So shout out to the Newport News 7 Brew. I didn't catch the guy's name, but yeah, he realized who I was. I believe this, yep, this is cinnamon roll. So we're not gonna start with pumpkin, we're gonna start with cinnamon roll mocha. It's white chocolate, brown sugar, and cinnamon. That sounds delicious. Not sure how it'll taste like a cinnamon roll, but let's find out. A whole lot of sweetness, that's what it is. I do kind of get that vibe, but very heavy on everything. Definitely the cinnamon's heavy too. Not bad, just a tad too sweet. I'm gonna give it a 6. It's got a good burst of like creamy cinnamon, white chocolate flavors, but definitely wish it was a little bit more coffee heavy. All right, on to the pumpkin. She said she labeled these. I don't see the labeling on this one. I think this is magic pumpkin. I think I'm gonna skip over that for just a second. Yeah, this is pumpkin snickerdoodle. So again, pumpkin, I believe it's brown sugar, cinnamon again, and vanilla. Yeah, I think vanilla's in this one. Again, very sweet. A little bit different from the other one we just had. Considering there's pumpkin in there. I'm not thinking pumpkin snickerdoodle on this. I'm thinking more like a pumpkin cake than anything with how sweet it is. I'll give it a 7. 7 Brew. It's a 7. Okay. Last one is magic pumpkin. Hopefully this one's really good. It's Irish cream. Pumpkin. Is this the one with vanilla? I think, yeah, because so the last one was a Breve. Right? No. This is the Breve. The last one was Snickerdoodle. Okay. Last one had white chocolate. Last one is not very different. It's because it had cinnamon sugar, pumpkin, and the same white chocolate. So pretty much like the cinnamon roll, but with pumpkin. So those two are pretty similar. I would say the addition of pumpkin makes it taste a little bit better. This is the Breve vanilla, Irish cream, pumpkin. I think this one's going to be pretty good. So magic pumpkin, Breve. Yeah, it leans a little bit more into the espresso and the milk. I really like that it's not so sweet. trying to get the flavor there. Definitely tastes like a pumpkin cream, right? Very light. I definitely like that's, you know, a little bit more. I don't know what the term is. Maybe like mature of a drink. I was gonna say eloquent or rich. I don't know if rich would be the term, but I think mature. I think mature is fair because it's not as heavy on being sweet and, you know, having those flavors mixed in. It definitely really wants to feature that espresso and that milk a little bit more heavily, and it's working. But definitely wish the pumpkin was heavier. So I'm gonna give that a 7 as well. And so we almost had 3 7s in a row, but I think cinnamon roll was just a tad too sweet. So nothing that really like quite struck my fancy in terms of those 3 drinks. Again, 7 Brew, a lot of these flavors that we review, they have year round. Pumpkin though is something they don't do so frequently, like, right? It comes back in September and it goes through October, and it might be through holiday season, but I know it doesn't last for long, right? So just something to keep in mind. And just watch my other reviews on their pumpkin items, because that might give you a better direction on where to go with it. But if you just want to be simple, you can just go for a pumpkin spice latte. That's up to you. But I mean, everything else that I review, like cinnamon roll, that's always around, right? Everything I've reviewed in the past is pretty much always around, unless it's like a limited syrup that they don't usually have, which most syrups they always have. So anyways, that's the glory of 7 Brew. And hopefully you find your drink and your passion when you visit. Other than that, I'll see y'all around.